The Queen's cousin, who may have helped Putin, Prince Michael of Kent, is a Russian celebrity. He worked hard to achieve that feat. Queen Elizabeth II's cousin doesn't like talking about it now. In fact, he's distanced himself from the Putin regime. But can he really resist the money? Prince Michael is a distant relative of Tsar Nicholas II. This gained him a following of nostalgic Russian monarchists. They showered him with gifts and flew him around on private jets. In 2021, a scandal erupted in Britain. Michael was accused of selling access to Putin's cronies. The prince was secretly filmed during a business meeting. He thought he was meeting two South Korean investors. They were asking him to facilitate access to the Kremlin. Michael offered them his royal endorsement. He asked for a fee of $200,000. He promised to record a speech in Kensington Palace. Also present at the meeting was Simon Isaacs, Marquess of Reading. Isaacs is Michael's close friend and business partner. He described the prince as Her Majesty's unofficial ambassador to Russia. Isaacs said Michael would help open the door to Putin.
"We're talking relatively discreetly here,"
he added,
"because we wouldn't want the world to know that he is seeing Putin purely for business reasons."
The prince and the marquess were in for surprise. The investors were undercover journalists. Their Zoom meeting was recorded and published. The controversy prompted Michael's secretary to issue a statement.
Prince Michael has no special relationship with President Putin. They last met in 2003, and he has had no contact with him or his office since then.
Yet Putin awarded Prince Michael the Order of Friendship. It's Russia's highest honor for foreigners. Prince Michael first made a splash in Russia in 2004. He toured the country as patron of the Russo-British Chamber of Commerce. The prince partied in a Chekhovian mansion. Russian oligarchs gifted him a factory in Siberia as a token of appreciation. The same year, the Prince Michael of Kent Foundation was set up. Its mission was supporting cultural and educational programs in Russia. The foundation was backed by Russian billionaires. Sergei Markov, a Russian politician, was appointed its director. In 2005, Michael set up a property firm called Arts House. Markov was again the director. Arts House planned to build a $150 million, 2,300-seat concert hall in Moscow. The project was canceled due to a lack of funds, but Markov and Prince Michael had other ventures. Over the years, the prince became Russia's go-to man in London. He expedited visas and promoted Russian businesses to investors. Yet he was not really acting on behalf of Buckingham Palace. Michael is not a working royal and doesn't receive royal funding. After the story broke in 2021, he was criticized by MPs. Bob Seeley, a member of the Parliamentary Foreign Affairs Committee, said,
"We have sanctions against President Putin's regime for good reason. I'd love to know what Prince Michael thinks he is doing by making the UK's values and standards look optional."
In 2022, the prince tried to distance himself further. He said he'd return Putin's Order of Friendship. He resigned from the Russo-British Chamber of Commerce. The Prince Michael of Kent Foundation's website went offline, but he still maintains ties with his Russian partners. In fact, he's helping Russian oligarchs circumvent sanctions. This was discovered by investigative journalists in June 2023. The prince has not responded yet.